It's time for an Appalachian vocabulary test. Take a piece of paper and a pen.
This is my pen. I didn't even get a clue. Sorry. This is literally my pen. Do we have to put our names and our date in the corner?
Yes. This is just like school. Put your name and the date.
What's the date?
It's the 3rd of October.
Like I was on
Katie's
my
already
notes.
being a rebellious student, I see.
Dad, you put yours. Y'all, it should go in this corner.
Okay.
Dad, he didn't put his name in front. Dad. I put the date in my initial, so whatever.
Oh.
I put Corey G.
Okay, I'm going to call out the words and phrases, and you're going to number your paper and give the definition. There's 10, but leave some space, because maybe you should, write a sentence and use it in a sentence. That would be great.
How many are these?
10.
I didn't leave any space. I'm sorry.
Well, you can try.
It was already too late, and I had to have it all uniform.
You can write your sentences below, Corey.
No, it's gotta be right here. Do like I did and just cross out the first bit.
Okay, you ready? The first one is choke rag.
I'm gonna write with my right hand, so it'll
You
be
have to write the
super
word, too, or
legible.
just-
No, just the definition. You don't have to write the word. Well, you can write it in your sentence.
Use
but-
it as a sentence. My pen is not gonna work. Don't look at my answers. It's taking me longer because I'm writing with my non-dominant hand.
Why are you writing with your right hand?
She's just trying to show off. Because I can. It's not great, but it's legible.
Okay.
Do not look at my answers! Don't!
Okay, number
I have
2.
to write over here.
Number 2 is light a rag. Light a rag.
Why is it all about rags? I don't understand.
Light a rag.
Quit that. I'll write with this hand so it'll be faster. And I'll sign the last word here. I really should practice more of my right hand. It's not bad.
Yeah, you're good with both.
I just want to be left out. Everybody else is right-handed. I don't want to be the only one. I know you put something stupid. I can see. I'm doing my best. But so far I failed this test. Oh no, that's not good.
Daddy's being really studious over there.
Of course, handwriting kind of looks like Dad's.
Okay, number 3. Pined away.
We need the do. Okay, so that one wasn't as good.
Okay, number 4 is passel.
We're just using this in a sentence.
Yeah. You running out of ink? Okay. Number 5 is persacly.
That's not even a word.
Yes, it is. Persacly.
What's bad is my left hand ain't hardly no better than my right hand. I have sloppy handwriting. Always did. What's bad is these days you don't write anymore. I don't write anything. There'll be like days that go by. I'm like, that's disturbing. They try to teach us penmanship in school.
Number
I'm
6.
good at it.
Farboard. Farboard.
Whoever reads mine will not be able to read it.
Okay, number 7 is heist. Heist.
Write an essay, Corey.
Number 8 is hash.
Also not a word.
Hash.
With an H or a P, I don't know what you're saying.
An H. Hash.
It's not saying pash.
That should be one you're very familiar with.
No. I don't know what you're talking about. I was kind of thinking some of the answers that I don't know, if I just write them in my right hand, it'll make whoever reads this feel sorry for me because it'll be pitiful.
Number 9, sody water.
Dad. Is that number 9?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought I missed one somehow. This last one better be good. And with the great finale. Okay, don't you do it.
Number 10 is again. Again.
Again or again? Duh.
Again. Again.
Who's gonna grade mine?
I'm going to let y'all grade each other's. So swap around.
Corey, take mine. Dad, take mine.
Okay. And then we'll let you read out the answer.
Sorry, did I hit too hard? Because I was going to hit you back.
Okay.
Don't read out my answers. I'm so stupid. I'll read.
Number 1 was choke rag, and that is a tie. A tie.
You see what I had to mark?
Okay, so Corey, read Katie's or whoever's you've got.
This is Katie's. If you're not good, you'll get this joke right. was thinking about shutting somebody up, kidnapper style.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I never thought about Dad's answer, which is necktie. I hate wearing a choke rag. I didn't even think I spelled choke. No, I didn't.
Okay.
You like my writing?
Yeah, okay, read whose have you got? Corey's?
So, all I've got's the sentence. You did.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I gave my baby a choke rag because he was drooling.
Oh no!
That's a burp rag.
I know. But it's all I could think of at
Okay.
the time. You're gonna have to get that figured out if you're gonna be a good aunt.
Okay,
God,
number
two's
2.
getting tight.
Light a rag. Light a rag. If you light a rag, it means you leave.
Oh.
You leave.
I was thinking mocktail cocktail situation.
Okay, Dad, start with you.
Oh, no.
Corey's plus Corey's.
That's a good one too. I had no stove wood, so I lit a rag.
Okay.
Corey Vaughn is very close. Vaughn said light a rag for the stove. I thought you meant you were going to start it with, so catch a rag on fire and throw it in there. If you said light a rug, I'd have been like, get out of there. That's like cut a rug. Yeah, like get out of there. Dad says leave in a hurry. He sure lit a rag out of the parking lot. I didn't even define it. I just did
It's all
sentences.
right. All right.
I didn't define them either. I just put it in a sentence.
Number 3, pined away means sad or lonely.
Well, I got that right. That'd be the only one I got right. Katie says, I pined away for the new red bike. That works, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dad says, lonely. Katie pined away for Ruby after she died.
Aww.
That's dark.
That's true.
Sad.
It's true.
It's actually true. I was so,
So
mean
Ruby
to
was our
everybody.
dog that died that Katie pined for.
I swear I cried and was meaner than any of y'all over it.
Yeah, you
It was
were.
pretty bad. Okay. Dad, what did Corey say?
After Austin left for work, I pined my heart away.
Aww.
Oh.
Sweet. Okay. Number 4,
Sweet.
passel. If you have a passel of something, you have a lot.
Yeah. Katie says a passel of children is a butt whooping waiting to happen. Is it not true? It is. Dad says a lot. I could eat a passel of oysters.
Okay. What did Corey say?
Betty Joe down the road has a passel of kids.
Nice. I got that one.
Yep.
I've got 2.
Number 5, persacly. What did Corey say? Oh, I didn't tell you what it means. Persacly means exactly. Exactly.
Corey. Katie says, I know exactly what's going to happen.
There you go.
Just having way goose. But he's right. Okay, Dad says, exactly. A hot dog is exactly what I want for supper. Man, I'd like to have a hot dog. Let's go back to Lowe's. That guy could be in the parking lot. Okay, well, Dad, what did Corey say?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how inside the guidelines this is going to be.
Okay.
The community guidelines, that is.
What is it?
It's not bad. Like I spelled bike. It's
I
like
know
an asterisk.
exactly what I'm going to do with this here bomb. Bang, bang.
No! I said boom, boom, bang. And I drew an explosion.
Okay.
Awesome! I should have thought about drawing pictures.
Okay. Number 6, farboard is a mantle.
This is a good one.
Okay, what did Corey put?
Go get me some farboard for this stove. I'm cold.
Not as good as mine. I just did this because I knew Corey would be here. No, I really didn't know what it meant. When you said, I was thinking like for or far. I wasn't thinking about fire. Yeah.
Far.
Yeah. I was thinking like F-O-R. For. Is that what this says? Yeah. For. For aboard the ship, mateys.
Okay.
Okay, that was totally not accurate.
Alright, what was your daddy's?
Mantle. I hung my socks on the floorboard to dry. But you should have said mateys. Floorboard the ship, mateys.
Okay. Number
That was
7,
funny. That was
heist. If you heist something, you lift it up.
Katie says, I'm the highest paid worker in this room. I'm the highest paid worker here. Yeah. Okay, so Dad says, Lyft, heist me a drink up here. Why do I not understand any of these?
And Corey said, you know that movie about the bank heist, or was it about the highest paid man?
I thought if I used it both ways, I might get it, but I guess not. I thought when you, like, highest, like, how people will say, like, that's the highest price, or I don't know, whatever.
Okay, number 8. Hash means hush. Be quiet. Hash.
Hash out the barn. Hash out the barn.
Thinking about how many times have you heard hash in your life from your daddy?
I've been hushed before, but I usually react very poorly. I don't like being hushed. But I just remember someone saying hush. I don't ever remember anyone saying hash.
He says hash all the time. Okay. Who's next, Katie?
Wait, hold on. I didn't read Dad. Dad, or let's see. No. Yeah, okay. Dad says, be quiet. Hush up, youngins. Did I already read that?
No? Okay.
I'm getting lost on my numbers.
And Corey said, my mama told me to hush my talking when I was a wee lad.
Oh my God. Why are you like all fable-like with it? I don't know.
She's trying to really get into the film.
I'm trying to really get into it. I've like failed miserably. It's like I don't know anything.
You got some. I've got a
Okay.
couple.
Number 9, sody water is Coke. Soda, whatever. We would say Coke. We call it all Coke. But sody water. Get you a sody water.
I need this sody water for my belly. That's what Katie says.
Yeah, it's true. Like if you have
That
an
would
upset
work.
stomach, yeah,
Because
your
we
belly
use-
hurts.
We use sody for upset stomach.
But
and
I don't ever
baking
say
soda.
that. I just say, yo, get me a Sprite or let me get some of that baking soda. Let me get some of that sody. I never say that. Okay, Dad says Coke. I like a sody water with my peanuts. I literally just say soda or Coke or Olipop because that's what I drink. Give me an Olipop.
But we refer to drinks as like Cokes. Do you
Yeah.
have any Cokes?
So
might
we
be-
don't
you
say Coke
Then
or
you would
Sprite
say,
or
right, we would
ginger
say
ale,
Coke.
whatever.
And then you say,
Yes,
yeah, do you
yeah.
want a Sprite? I've got Sprite,
That's
Dr.
true.
Pepper,
Right.
whatever. Do you want a Coke? Yeah. But sody water is an old.
I have heard Pap and Granny say that. They still do.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay,
What is
Dad,
Corey's?
what Corey said.
Oh, that's right. It says, I like to drink some of that sody water with my meal. Bring me some Coke.
Okay. Number 10, the last one, again.
Again, the side of the house is the shovel.
Good.
I ended on a strong note.
Okay.
Dad says it means against. Lean your rifle again the tree.
Okay.
Also correct.
Corey said, go fetch me that axe sitting again the stove, please.
Oh, yeah.
So that was right.
Yeah.
All of us got that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm feeling a little bit better, ending on a high note.
So we didn't check them off or grade them.
I think your daddy made 100. I don't know
Yeah.
about you two.
No, he did make 100.
But what would have made it easier is if I had spelled out the word for you.
Yeah, if you
so
had
some
used
of
it in
them,
a
like
sentence.
highest, you probably would have got that if I
Yeah.
hadn't. You thought I was saying highest.
Yeah, or heist, like the bank heist.
Yeah. So
That's all I can think of.
yeah, so it'd probably been better if I had.
Reach me a pen and I'll.
You just had this one, but be careful, it's my good one.
That'd be a good phrase for the next time.
Reach, yeah.
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 Look, read the note I left on your paper.
What did Katie say?
Says 100% congrats, you do-gooder.
Is that Appalachian? You do-gooder?
Me and your daddy have an advantage from y'all is that those words are fading fast, and we heard more of them when we were small than you did.
Well, I think I have heard a lot of them, and sometimes I surprise myself with the ones that I use. I just, of course, said you got 5 right, you suck, great. But I think, yeah, I do think if you would have spelled them out, sometimes
How
I'm
many
just
did I
not
get
exactly sure what people are saying.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You lose.
No, you. How many
You
did
got
you?
5 and I got 6.
Oh, right or wrong?
No, right. To the check marks.
Okay, congrats. Do gooder.
This never happened when I was in school, ever once, ever.
That you got 100?
Yeah.
If only they had tested you on your Appalachian.
Sometimes
words.
I got
I should have
100.
just waited till now and tested me. I could be a college professor.
Yeah, I could do good now.
Dad, put graded by Dad on there. I'm keeping this thing. It's going in my treasure box. It's funny.
I did write at the top of my paper, I'm losers. Y'all are losers. But I think I might have spelled losers wrong. I don't know. Okay. That was fun. Goes to show I need to brush up on some of my vocabulary.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little test. Kind of silly. We were just having fun. But Appalachian words and phrases, accents, the way we talk is one of my favorite things to talk about. I'm plumb foolish about the way we talk here in the mountains of Appalachia. And I've been talking about that for a long time. My blog, Blind Pig and the Acorn, I started way back in 2008, and that's always been one of the most popular things on the blog is the posts that I do about words and phrases. Each month I have an Appalachian vocabulary test. Those are always among the most favorite things of those that my readers, those are the things that they like the most is when I talk about language. So when you get into the subject of talking about the wonderful words and phrases, there's so much history and different things to talk about, but one thing that people often bring up is, well, where did those words come from? Where did they come from in those phrases? Most of them, even those that we say today, some of the ones that was on the test today, they came with settlers from, think of England and Ireland and Scotland and other places, and often Wales and Germany, different places, I'm always afraid I'll leave someone out, but basically just saying come with those people that come to settle in this region. And I'm always really pleased when someone from those areas that live there today say, hey, they still say that here, or they say this, where my parents used to live, or my grandparents say this, or whatever. I really love that the words are still alive there, and they're still alive in places like Appalachia. Another thing that I'll often get when I talk about language is people who say, well, I've lived in Appalachia my whole life, and I never heard any of those words, never. I've never one time heard them. I think that could be true. Obviously, from the test, you can see Corey and Katie were not familiar with the words like Matt was. Matt and I are from a different generation. And not saying that the people that say that, they may be my age, they may even be older, and they've never heard them. But I think it just depends on the people that you're around and the places you are. Other people will say, oh, I hear them all the time. Grandma and Grandpa talked like that, or I'm so glad you talk the way we talk. And then other people that don't live in the Appalachian region will say, well, we talk just like that. We say those same things, even though we live way out west or wherever it is that they live. And all those things can be true. Appalachia doesn't certainly hold a lockbox on these words. As I said, they come with those people that come through here and settled. And, of course, as they went on westward into other locales, they took them with them. And in places like Appalachia where people traditionally stayed for a long time, my family's been in western North Carolina for over 10 generations. So you think about that, those people living in the same area, passing down, those family ties were so close, which involves all kinds of cultural things, but it also involves language, accents, the way we say things. So it only makes sense that those things would hold on in other places if people stayed there a long time in the same way. But as a whole, Appalachia is really known for the unusual, I would say, colorful way of speaking, whether it's the accents, the way we actually say the words, or those unique phrases and words. A lot of the words, even some of the ones I used on the test this morning, are just a mispronounce. We're just saying it wrong. We're just saying the word wrong. I have a whole video about that, but I understand we're just saying the word wrong. But I love that it becomes so common that maybe someone in Kentucky, they're saying it wrong, and their family has for generations, but then it's also said the same way in western North Carolina. So fascinating to think about those differences and those similarities. So when I talk about Appalachian words and phrases, whether I'm doing it on the blog or in one of my videos, I try to always say which ones I'm familiar with and which ones I'm not. Which one, there's some of them I've never heard myself, and others I always think of one that comes to mind is red up the table, red up the house, which means clean up. I'd read R-E-A-D, that one, a lot in my research, but I'd never heard anyone say it. And then, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago maybe, the nice lady that does my hair, she was talking as she was fixing my hair, cutting it or whatever she was doing, and she said something about telling her girls to red up the kitchen. And I was like, oh, what did you say? What did you say? And she said, oh, I know, my kids make fun of me for the way I talk. And I was like, no, I love it. I love it. And so I got her to say it again, and she said, oh yeah, I've said that my whole life. My grandparents said it. So there she is, grew up in this same county where I have, and she had heard that word so much that she said it herself, and I'd never heard it. So I always try to point out the ones that I've not heard. And there's tons of wonderful resources when it comes to looking at these words and studying them. Of course, I would hope that you'd watch my videos. I'll link to them down below, some of the other tests we've done, and actually just the playlist of Appalachian language, I'll link to that. And then on my blog, the same, I'll link to the dialect and the Appalachian language test that we've done there. But in addition to that, there's all kinds of published reference books that you can buy. 2 that I really use a lot are the Dictionary of Smoky Mountain English. That one is really high priced because it's out of print. It's been out of print for a long time, but it's a treasure trove. And then the second edition of that, actually compiled by the same person, Michael Montgomery, the Southern Dictionary of Southern Appalachian English. It's readily available. It is more of an expensive book, but not as much as the first one. And then there's all sorts of little smaller ones that you can find, especially thinking of used bookstores and things like that, fairly cheaply online. Smoky Mountain Voices is one that comes to mind, and so a couple of others. I'll try to leave the names of those in the description below in case you're interested. So as is obvious from the test and all the other tests that I've given Corey and Katie, we do it in a laughing manner. It's always a lot of fun, but they never know the words that I know. They don't know as much. Now, one reason you could say, well, Tipper, you've spent all these years studying, and that's certainly true. That's certainly true. I have a very wide advantage on them. But the other reason is just because as time goes on, these words and phrases and the accents and the way we say things, they're all just slowly going away. And I know you can't fight change. Change is part of everyday life, and we just have to accept that. In the same way, I don't say words that Granny said, that Pap said. I've lost out on that. And so it only makes sense that my children would lose out on some of the things that I say. But I do think it's a worthwhile subject to talk about, because I think the language is just beautiful, colorful, rich. It's part of our culture. It's a wonderful thing to try to hold on to and hang on to. And, we can't hang on to all of it, but it's wonderful to attempt to by highlighting these words. And maybe somebody will say, hey, I remember my grandmother said that, and I think I'm going to say it. Maybe Corey and Katie, like the test we had this morning, those things will stick in their mind, and maybe the next time they're going to talk about a necktie, they'll call it a choke rag, whatever it is. Maybe it'll just help a little bit to try to preserve some of that beautiful, rich, colorful language. As always, I'm glad you stopped by to help us celebrate Appalachia, which for me is a whole lot of the wonderful way that we speak.